Welcome back. Mike Epple with the week off. Smart guy. Kris McCusker joins us now from the 680 Business Center. Good morning to you, Kris.
Good morning to you, Mel. I love that dress. Very springy looking.
I was trying for some colors. I noticed last week I was wearing black and white. Everyone's wearing their pops of colors, so I had to inject a little bit of that. Good morning to you. How was your weekend?
Quiet, but I guess that's how life is now, right?
That's kind of the norm. Unless you're at Trinity Bellwoods, which we'll talk about in a bit.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Deep breaths, Kris. Deep breaths. Let's look at the numbers now. Look at the markets. Where do we go? I know, obviously, Memorial Day weekend for the U.S.
It's going to be kind of a tough slog, let's say, for the TSX as it goes it alone. We've got oil and gold trading electronically, though not really moving much. And we do have gains in Europe, so that might help Bay Street. It's really hard to say. One stock that's really been on quite the tear so far this year, and I can't say that about a lot of stocks. Shares in Shopify will start the day just shy of an all-time high, about $4 shy. It's really been a big boost to the TSX recently and remains the most valuable publicly traded company, the market cap at $137 billion. Shopify has also continued to expand its reach, which has sort of helped boost the stock. It announced a partnership with Facebook last week, so that helping to provide a lift, which is kind of pulling Bay Street up as it goes. That might be one of the kind of lifts that Bay Street gets today. We'll have to see.
Right, you don't sound so optimistic here.
Well, you never know. You never know. That's how I want to temper everything. You just never know.
Absolutely. We're expecting some of the big banks reporting earnings this week. What are we expecting?
Yes, we're going to hear from Scotiabank and National Bank tomorrow, Royal Bank and Bank of Montreal on Wednesday, and then TD and CIBC on Thursday. And this really could be a tough quarter for the banks as mortgage and loan deferral programs rolled out amid COVID-19. The six big banks we are hearing could be setting aside $8.9 billion for bad loans in the fiscal second quarter. Now, that would be a record amount. It also works out to about half of the industry's profits. So, yes, the banks are suffering just like the rest of us during these very, very uncertain times.
I am a big fan, Kris, of John Krasinski, and I think you are as well, and I love that you put this in your business update. Some good news, if you haven't been following John Krasinski, and he's looking for all the positives and some fun stuff while we go through these uncertain times, some good news and some great news for some good news.
Yes, although fans are not happy about this, and I think I sort of, to a degree, understand it. So John Krasinski has this 8-part series on YouTube, Some Good News, where he sort of focused on all the good stuff that was going on. There was a little office reunion. There was a prom. There was something else. Online graduation. So they have
Brad Pitt in there.
A lot of fun celebrity sightings and. Yeah, so it was pretty popular. Let me just check the numbers on this. 71 million views and 2.57 million subscribers on YouTube. So now Some Good News has been sold to CBS Viacom, and fans do not like this because it looks like John Krasinski will no longer be the host. They have not named a new host. He's going to stay on as executive producer type deal. They're actually calling him a sellout because this has been so successful that CBS picked up on it. Now, there wasn't a price tag on the show, so we don't really know what it's sold for. But I'm thinking it's going to maybe change the vibe a little bit.
Yeah, with some sponsors thrown in there, right? Which definitely changes the feel. But I think for him, it must have taken off way bigger than he thought, than he anticipated, right? And so he probably, started the thing solo, and then all of a sudden it got so much traction, he needs a little bit of help. But that is sad that he won't be hosting. I didn't know that part.
Yeah. And the other part to this, too, is that it was so ad hoc, right? Like, he was just him in his house, like the rest of us, hanging out in our houses. And it just was so kind of low quality. But I think that was part of the charm.
That was totally the charm.
Yeah. So I don't.
So some good news, not good news. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry, it's kind of a buzzkill, but the good news is it'll be around for a while.
Yes.
So there's that.
Okay, and he can have cameos too. Which
probably.
I'm a personal fan of them. Kris, thank you as always. So we'll talk to you all week long tomorrow. We'll check in same time.
Yes. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.